is rolling on the ground over here. I wish we could be a little bit of an audio laugh track. But the next question is from Sarah, Clarksville, Tennessee, about men being the center of the universe. I added that part on my own. Go ahead, Sarah.
My question is, how come when guys are sick, they expect the world to stop, but when we're sick, they want us to go about our daily life like nothing's wrong?
Yes, that's a great,
suck it up. That is man, girl.
Well, but I think a lot of it has to do with the differences between men and women. Men don't naturally nurture. My wife had to tell me, Rick, when I'm sick, I want to be treated like a baby. And she understood that I wanted to be treated like a baby and treated me like a baby.
But you didn't understand.
Even now, it's times when she's not feeling well where I'll start to not treat her like a baby. And I was like, oh, you want to be treated like a baby. And I actually do. And even if it's just me.
But don't you see them laying there? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, we're like, okay, she's taking a nap. Leave her be. But no, she wants me to bring her stuff. But, so sometimes you just got to let us know. Treat me like a baby. I want that.
All right. Okay, I think we've got a question on tape that we're going to go to. Let's see what our questioner has to say.
Hi, I'm Lori from Missouri. I'm recently divorced. My question is, why does a man think that he can carry on an affair and lead a double life and get away with it?
Yes, you think that's why
we were waiting for this one.
I wonder what has happened to Lori from Missouri.
Can I just say, there's one big problem with her question. She uses the word think. See, that's clearly not going on, or if there is thinking, it's not with the big brain. That's what I'm saying.
But what's the deal, again, with the cheating? I mean, we've told this story 10 million times.
Well,
it's exhausting.
She's not even talking about cheating. What she's talking about is maintaining a double life.
Yes.
So it's not just that you're cheating. It's that you have a mistress and a relationship with that woman and then a totally separate relationship with your wife.
Is that somehow better than having just sleeping around with lots of different people?
No, I think it's actually worse.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's talking about, the level it takes to try to lead the double life. That's
energy that takes.
So the kind of guy who can look you in the eye and tell you he loves you and sleep next to you and then goes out and has this other affair and comes back and does it again.
Like Governor Sanford.
Yeah, that kind of a person to me. I mean, it's hard to spot them.
Well, it's hard to spot them because it's... I don't even want to get all deep, but it's somewhat sociopathic. That's why. The reason why he's able to do that is because he has compartmentalized himself emotionally to the point where he's chopped himself up into these little bits. And then he gives this little bit to you, and he gives this little bit to her.
But he feels entitled to all.
It's very similar. One time we were asked the question, how can you tell a player? See, that's the thing. A player creates this whole thing so that you can't tell who they are.
Right.
Even if you ask him, are you a player? He's like, oh, of course I'm not a player. What are you talking about?
All right. Let's go back across to Sarah, see what else they're asking.
Thank you, Rick. That makes me feel so much better about dating. Our next question is Denise from New Jersey. She's got a question about men and dating. Imagine that.
Hi. Okay. I know a lot of single, attractive, successful young women, but one thing in common is we're all single. So why are guys afraid to approach us?
Oh, okay. She work at NBC?
I mean, that's
she does.
Number three, like, we don't know what
I'm the only one qualified to take this, by the way, because these guys haven't dated for about 100 years. The problem is, good-looking, young, single, it's a little bit intimidating, so to walk up and make that first move, it takes a bit of courage. So I think that guys are a little bit put off by it when chicks are super hot.
So what's the advice?
Even a guy like you, come on, Curtis.
No.
Are you ever intimidated by gorgeous women?
But what's the advice for women? For women, we're sitting there at a bar with a bunch of friends. How do you give the green light? Like, hey, I wish you'd come over and talk to me.
Separate from the pack.
Okay.
That's the other thing. It's like when it's a whole bunch of you, it's like, that guy who's already intimidated by one of you is quadruply intimidated by four.
And show a little bit of interest. If someone throws you some eyes from across the room, like throw them back, maybe, have a quick conversation with someone.
I have to say, this is a common problem. I mean, this is what use the successful single woman's dilemma, which is that men want women who are younger, less educated, less successful, in general, not always, but in general. So the more successful women become, the more educated, they're usually a little older because they've been pursuing their careers. It shrinks their dating pool. It makes it very difficult for them. I mean, it's sad, but that's just the...
I have a friend who will not date anybody unless they're between 80 and 90 years old because she says the rest of them cheat.
The other thing is that, the women's standards as well. It's like we now have this, we're in a place where women are doing so well, so it's like, always wanting a man who's equal or makes more than you financially is really chopping off your possibilities with a lot of really good guys.
We got to go to break, guys, but we'll be back with more with our wonderful guys right after this.
You'll love Swiffer Dustin. women who think they have a yeast infection don't.
How can I know?
The Vagisil Screening Kit tests for infections at home. The Vagisil Screening Kit.